Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. Are you just ready to get artsy? I sure am. Good morning, Debbie Pat. How are you this morning? So good. So good, I hope. It's lovely to see you. So today, remember, we're going to take our rubber band monoprints that we made on Saturday. And we are going to zhuzh them up. We're going to glow them up, as the kids say. Jeff and Solomon are off to the veterinarian. Solomon needs a little checkup. Anyway, so I want to get started right away because I have lots of good ideas for glowing up our... So we're going to glow up the rubber band monoprints that we did on Saturday, but also, remember, I'm a process teacher. I like to show you techniques and processes. So you're going to be able to take all of these ideas and take them on to all kinds of artsy endeavors. And, you know, I'm all about using art papers for to incorporate them into all kinds of art making, right? So sometimes I like to use them in my art journal as just a backdrop, like just a background that I just adhere to the page. Let's see if I have one that I can show you. This is my, there we go. This is my art journal from the retreat. So here, I just took a really interesting art paper and I just adhered it to the page. I just cut it, and I had a little extra space here, so I just painted with coordinating colors on this little bit of a border, and that kind of like ties it in. And now I can do all kinds of things with this, right? I like to use art papers as a base for cards. So I have one right here to show you. Right? I used this art paper as the base to a card. So I like to combine representative art, that's this. I like the juxtaposition of non-representative art and representative art. I like the combination of those two. I like when they meet together and create this more cohesive little piece of artwork. So I'm going to show you how to jazz up your art prints today, but then you're going to do all kinds of things with your art papers, right? So, let's see if I have a napkin right here. Paper towel. Okay, good morning, Peg. Good morning, Valerie and Judy. Hey, hey, hey. Glad to see you here. Peggy, Vicky, Keely, Debbie. Good morning, good morning. Okay, so let's just get started because I have so many ideas. Oh, if you're brand new here, if you would like, follow and subscribe to Corbiere-Scott Designs on all these social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join Stitch Along with Anne and Corbiere-Scott Designs. Both are Facebook groups. Be sure to ask to join those because, well, they're lovely communities, but also you can post pictures in those two groups. And here we go. So I started with this rubber band print, right? And then I have the Crafters Workshop. Let's see, it should tell me. It is 506S. Oh, Susan, I will absolutely. So this is what my first my first thought when I was looking at this art paper. So I have a little bit of turquoise in here. So then, and this is all very organic and round, right? All of the imagery is round. So that's what I thought, something with squares would be just the thing. And so I came in with my Karen marker, and I'm going to, so I did some squares this way, right? You can see them. And now I'm going to do some this way. So now I'm just going to come in and just add some bits, and I did it on the other side. Oh well. Some bits of color. Oh, that's a darker one. That's a darker shade. So we're going to have to do a little bit more of that to make it cohesive. And then I'll find the marker that I used originally. So we want to add just a little bit. So there's some little dark bits down here. So we'll make sure that we add some down here, because that's going to make those dark bits pop just that little bit more. Let's do just a little bit more. Right? Okay, here's the aqua. Here's the one that I used earlier. Okay, and this is a direct match for that aqua that's right there. So maybe we come in and we do, and then turn this. Maybe we do a 3 right there. Oh my gosh, I've taught so many classes on Karen markers. I will absolutely teach another one. I love them so much. Okay. Right? So there you go. So you see we have, like, we've added just another layer of... Hi Avery and Ella. How are you this morning? Are you going to make art with me today? I hope so. Everybody take a big drink. Okay, so now what can we do next? Okay, so Karen markers, number one, they're a brush marker, right? So there's two different kinds. There's the water soluble version, which is brush marker brush marker pro. And then there also is an acrylic version. That's not what we're using today, but you could, I know, Joanna, isn't that the coolest? Yeah, so it is by the Crafters Workshop, and you know, and Corbiere-Scott Designs, we love the Crafters Workshop. We love them. And this is TCW 506S, if you're looking for it. And look, oh, I can tell you the name, just a sec. I just bought it. Well, I didn't just buy it, I've had it. Mini Stepping Stones, and it is by Rhonda Palazzari. There we go. Rhonda Palazzari. Anyway, remember, it is called Mini Stepping Stones. Okay, so now we can do some other things, right? So we've added little bits of color. We could come in with some gel pens, and we could do a little bit of line work. You're welcome, Joanna. So, Karen markers are a water-soluble marker that has some acrylic ink inside. And there's so many cool things about them. But there's this vial on the side, so you know exactly how much ink you have. Do you see what I'm saying? Can you see that? I don't know. There, can you see it? If I turn it, I don't know. There, you can see that it's filled to here. So you're aware of how much, Tammy and I were just having this conversation yesterday about it's frustrating when when you're working with a tool that you don't know how much ink is left inside, right? So this is a cool these are a cool tool. Like, I love that they have that functionality in their product. Okay, so now I'm going to take a gel pen and I can do a couple different things. So I could do like some line work around these, right? And that's just going to add some little bit of visual interest. Yes. So we're just building, building, building. Remember, we're all about, it is a frustration. I know, Judy, it is a frustration, isn't it? And then you're like, where did I get that? How can I get another one? And can I just run to a store? Do I have to order it? And how long is it going to take to get to me? I will say that we were talking last week about things that write over acrylic paint. Gel pens write over acrylic paint. But remember, barely any pressure, right? Barely any pressure. Girls, is Gram letting you make some art with her, some of her jelly prints? Or are you jelly printing right now? Let's do these. Remember, the higher up you hold your pen, the looser your line work is going to be. And on a painting like this, we want it to be nice and loose. And I like to hold it kind of straight up and down. Hey, Linda! Linda, like a couple weeks ago, Jeff and I went for a drive in the desert. I think I showed my bouquet that I picked in the desert. And I was sure thinking about you because there were so many jeepers out there. I told Jeff, my friend Linda would be in hog heaven out here. Okay, so now we've done that layer. So now let's see, what else can we do? We could, oh, I wanted to share with this jelly print. So just remember that you made scads of jelly prints, right? Right, Susan? You made scads of them. Good morning, Kim. Well, hello from Texas. My kid lives in Texas. He lives in Austin. Okay, so now I have this one that has a lot of white background. And so I was thinking about, like, what can I do? What can I add to this? So I pulled 3 purple jelly rollers, and they're all number 10s, which makes me so happy. I love the number 10 jelly roller. But anyway, here we go. I digress. Let's start by highlighting the inside rim of each shape, right? So I'm just very loosely and going around a couple times so that lets go of all my perfectionist ways, which I don't really have them, but people like my friend Tammy do. And so this will help you just let go of that, right? So we're just going to, little by little, do that inside. I haven't decided what I want to do on the ones that have like color in the middle, so I'm just not going to do any of that just yet. Yeah. This weird shape that was made by overlapping rubber bands. Yeah. Okay. Now, what I might do, so I'm telling you, I'm going to show you all of this, but you're going to come up with your own stuff too. Bet me money. You will, like something, you'll be like, oh, but what if I did it this way? What if I did it that way? Right? Okay. So now what I might want to do is I might want to come in and with another purple, so say this medium, kind of a violet color, I might want to come in and do a ring with that too. Right? Just see what we get. And again, I'm just doing very loose rings. And sometimes I'm purposely making my rings just like a little bit bigger than the edge of the inside edge of each opening, right? Just give me some cool visual interest, like, so once it goes over onto the painted stuff, that's kind of interesting, right? And I'm telling you, this is artwork that cannot be rushed. You have to take your time, Debbie Pack. Okay. All right. Now, what if I came in and did this? What if I did some hash marks in... I love it, Deb. Jelly printing is completely addictive, Linda. So what if I did this? Look at, that's giving me a whole different vibe, right? And I could do it with whatever pen I kind of choose, right? You could do it in the same color or similar colors. There we go. And you see like a little bit of that lighter purple comes through underneath on this one. That's kind of cool. You could do it on top of the painted bits. That's giving us all kinds of something to look at. Here's a long one. Here, look at that one's kind of wide. There we go. And I could do here. This is, oh my gosh, I'm loving this so much. Okay, how am I doing on time, you guys? Oh, good, I've got lots of time. So I hope you will, like I said, get all of your artsy mediums out, because you'll find all kinds of things that you might want to do with these art prints, right? So, I'm going to stop this for 1 second and show something else. So what if I came in with my colored pencils? And I have some turquoise, yeah? And I could just start adding bits of that. Barely, remember I'm barely touching the surface of my substrate, my paper. But this is immediately adding depth, right? So just back, forth, slowly, then do that circly blend. There we go. Right? But look at the difference. Look how these two, right now, these two are way more enhanced than, say, this one, right? we can just, like, all of this is adding more and more and more depth to our piece. And I kind of like to pick the areas that are a little bit darker. So that's going to give me, right? So like that part was darker because of those little bits of paint. This part is darker, right? So let's go circle, circle, circle. And remember, turn that substrate so that your hand is more comfortable, so that you, oh, look at that. You know I'm all about, oh my gosh, you guys, this is looking so like coral under the sea or something. I don't know. I'm loving it. I'm loving it, loving it. Okay, look at, we've got a lot of dark right here. So let's come in here. That's already adding some depth. Back, forth, back, back. And it can be just a little corner, right? It doesn't have to be a big, it can be just a little tiny spot. Yeah. So this one, I didn't do any pen work. I think I might come back. But I'm just doing a little bit of colored pencil on top of the edge of this to just get some of that same depth. Oh, so pretty. There's a deeper spot. So do you see how this is already adding some depth, right? And remember, our pencil is barely, barely, barely touching. So tomorrow, I wanted to make sure that I got this in while everybody was listening. Tomorrow, we're going to have a special pop-in paint party from 10:30 to 11:30 Arizona time, because I have my stitch along earlier from 9 to 10, but then from 10:30 to 11:30 we're going to celebrate National Scribble Day, and we always do something super fun in our art journals for that. And remember, I would love to have you live watching with me, playing along with me. But if you're not able, you can always watch the replay, and we just ask that you leave us a heart. Leave us a heart and hashtag replay. So then we know that you watched and that you were playing along. You guys, this is, oh my gosh, this is making me so happy. Yeah. Like that little bit of colored pencil shading is, it's adding a little something, something too. And speaking of pencils, Saturday is National Pencil Day, or maybe it's international, I don't remember. But anyway, it is, we're going to do something on Saturday at 9, and then even on Easter Sunday, because Easter Sunday is National Crayon Day. So I have something so fun planned for us on Easter Sunday. So it's early in the day. You can do it, you know, before guests come over or anything. It's a good way to just calm your spirit a little bit. And or you can watch it anytime, right? Remember, it's always on replay, and guys, I'm loving it so much. How am I doing on time? Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Remember, with colored pencils, sharp is for crisp lines. Rounded end is for blending bliss. So when I hold my pencil, I need to make sure that I'm on a kind of a worn down piece. Then I'll just do that back, forth, right there on the edge, right there. And look at the difference that makes. So this page, I can just continue to work on, right? Let's do those last lines, and then we'll move on to something else. So I want to do, remember, turn that substrate. Yes, a whole week. And it's Holy Week. Ha 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 ha. Speaking of, Speaking of Holy Weeks, so there is this Hindu celebration called Holi, and it is, or maybe it's called Holi. No, I don't remember. You know what? I even looked up the pronunciation. H-O-L-I. Anyway, it is the celebration of color. It's the Festival of Color. And they, it's a 2-day spring event. It was last week, and I forgot to talk about it. Oh my gosh, I would love to go to love to go to one of those events to just experience it all. So they play music, and they dance, and they throw this colored powder, and they often throw ash from it. Okay, Holy. You're right. I knew it was one over the other, and then I tried to memorize it so much that I forgot. Anybody else have that happen? Anyway, they so pretty. Oh my gosh, the imagery is just stunning. Right, so here's the thing about enhancing these papers. It's up to you how much time you spend on them. I think when you spend more time, you kind of get more visual interest, more oh, this one over here. More things to look at, more places for your eye to go, right? And that's what art is all about, right? We want it to be pleasing to the eye. Okay, so we have that. So this one we did colored pencil and, oh, all the things, Lindsay. I want to do all the things in those spaces. Okay, so this is another one. So far we've done this one and this one. And now let's do this one. And for this one, we could do the same kinds of things, right? We can do jelly pens, we can do colored pencils, but what if we did some foiling? So, in Corbiere-Scott Designs, we love deco foil. So, I have a deco foil adhesive pen, and I have some, I have this giant envelope because I can't throw anything away. I can't, you know, I have all my scraps in here. So, let's take that deco foil pen, and we're just gonna make, I'm just gonna make some dots, right? And here's the thing with the deco foil pen. You need to let it dry to tacky. And you kind of have to find your sweet spot, right? Of, between, I know you probably can't see that, but maybe if I, there, can you see the dots? There. Yeah. So we need to let these dry to tacky, and then we're going to take our foil and we're going to tap on top of that. Oh, remember when I was teaching the class on Saturday, and I was telling you about when I was in the hospital? Well, I wasn't in the hospital. When my mom was in the hospital, and I went down to the cafeteria, and I found that, shut up, look at this. Look at this. This is that patty paper. Oh, and I have kind of a little stack because every time I went down there to get a bottle of water or whatever, okay. It doesn't take long at all, Linz. So I burnish with my hand, sometimes a little bit more. See, it's too early. It was still too dry or too wet. So now I need to wait just a little bit more. And now, because this finger is sticky now, but you can just keep going over it and over it and over it. Do you, Kathy? Brilliant. And here's another thing I've learned, that you can, you don't want to let it dry too much because then it won't work at all. And you don't want to do it when it's too wet because then that will pose a problem too. So, and I just put some pressure on there. And it must have been the way that I was pouncing my pen because the centers are not adhering. But, okay, so here is, can you see that little bit of foil? So, I can do some other bits and pieces, right? But then I can go back and add some more adhesive and make those fuller. So let's find another spot. So what if I do like that? If I do circle, 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 right? Now we're gonna let that dry. And we can do a little bit more there. It's hard to see with the glare from the light and on the foil. So I'm having to put my head way sideways. So by the time I'm done with this part, I know. I know, everybody does it. Everybody makes that mistake. Everybody makes that mistake, Peggy and Kathy. Okay, everybody take a drink. Okay. This one's not quite dry enough yet either. Ooh, but what was the other thing I wanted to tell you about? Oh! So, there's this big controversy. Oh, I'm absolutely... Don't worry, Deb. Stencils are on their way. So, there's this big controversy about Beyonce singing a country western song. And it's not country western anymore. Young people in my life have told me that it's just country. It's not country western. But anyway, be that as it may. So there's this big controversy about her crossing over into the country charts, right? And so I was thinking about it, and I thought, but you know what? Artists are always pushing the envelope. I am always trying new material. I am always trying new mediums. I am always trying new new supplies, new right? I you know my motto. I don't deny myself any cuteness. Right? See, the same thing is happening. Like, just the center is not getting full of foil. Let's try this one. See what we get. Ooh, that's better. Oh, I just wanted that little bit of shimmer. That's making me so happy. Right? So look at that. So do you see how just continuing to work with that, like little bit, how that's going to add, like, oh my gosh, so much. So far we've used gel pens, we've used Posca pens. No, we haven't used Posca pens. We've used gel pens and we've used colored pencils, right? And a little bit, I'm telling you, Lindsay, you're going to go mad for it. You're going to go mad for it. So I use this, and I also use, it's right here in this pile of junk, my Zig two-way glue. And Zig two-way glue is a little bit easier sometimes because it comes out blue and then dries clear. So when it dries clear, you know it's time. But the cool thing, so this has a chisel end, right? There's skinny pens that you can use. But the Decofoil comes with a bullet end and a chisel end that you can replace it with. Right? So much fun. I can't even describe how much fun. Okay, let's see. I'll try one more time. I don't know why the centers aren't coming out. Anyway, so there you go. So there's two things. Now let's pick another one. Okay, so look at this one, right? So this one is that funny kind of limey, olivey green, and that was hot pink and orange. And do you see how it looks almost, it kind of has its own vibe. But here's what I'm thinking. So yesterday, Tammy and I went to Dick Blick, which is a dangerous, dangerous place to go. This one, okay, I'll find another one so you can see my next technique. I know, I do love that one too. I do love that one too. Okay. Let's see. I have, oh my gosh, you know we made so many on Saturday. It just kept happening and happening and happening and happening. Oh, I have some of these deli papers. So that's kind of an idea, right? Let's see if I have one that's a little bit green. So stop it, look at that one. Doesn't this look like something under the microscope? Right? Kind of digging it. There's so many to choose from. It's like picking a favorite child. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this one is pretty crisp, right? So one thing that you'll notice when you're doing work on the on a Ziploc bag is your prints aren't always super crisp. That's okay. It's a jelly print. It's a mono print, right? So I'm thinking about Posca pens. So I'm gonna make sure this one is primed. And then I'm gonna go around the circumference of this orb, and I'm gonna do some gel pen work, or some Posca pen work, right? And here's the thing, you could fill those in, you could, you know, I like to do a couple of rounds. I fell in love with this color of Posca pen when Keely and I were in Madison with Peggy, and we went to, are you ready for it? A graffiti shop that was listed as an art store. Anyway, we went there, and we were not their demographic, but they were happy that we came because we all bought a bunch of stuff. But anyway, one of the things that we bought was Keely bought the whole set of, I think the earth tones, Keely, yeah? Right? So, I'm kind of digging this idea, right? Just go around a couple of times and then do some half moons around, some scallops, so to speak, around the circumference of these orbs. Right? And they're all organic, and so they can be, you know, whatever we want them to be. Yes. So I bought a couple, but I couldn't remember all of the colors that you bought. So I bought this color and this gold. Stop it. Look at that ochre. And then on the next shelf, I found this Deco Color acrylic paint, and it's called Celery, and it's beautiful. Like, beautiful, beautiful. Look. What if I just do that? Right? I'm telling you, Keely, so Deco Color acrylic paint, Celery. It's it's by Marvy, and it's 315-S number 92 Celery. They didn't have a lot of colors in that family of these Deco Color pens, because Deco Color pens are usually oil based, but these are acrylics. Nice water base. Anyway, what else did I want to talk to you about? I have all my little, oh my gosh, Lindsay, you know, an art store is, it's a bad scene. It's a bad scene. I can't resist. I don't deny myself any cuteness. Everybody take another drink. Okay, so I could do a lot of things with this one, right? I can continue I know, I know. So this is celery, khaki green, and ochre. What was I gonna say? I'm thinking, what if I do inside of those bits with ochre? That's making me all kinds of... So I just want to let all of these bits dry. And the khaki is looking quite dark, like almost... Exactly, Debbie. I know, I cleaned mine all up before Jeff came home. I was quite proud of myself. Because the whole kitchen was covered in jelly prints. Or mono prints, I should say. On a Ziploc bag. All my flat surfaces had varying degrees of dryness. So Posca pens, look at, they are a friend to the deli plate printing, right? The jelly printing and the, oh my gosh, that khaki is, all these colors. And who'd have thunk how cool they would look on this bright blue, but seriously, look at them. Okay, another thing. I love that, Vicky. Okay, another thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp. So I have this stamp set that I created for Unity, and it's a Christmas stamp set, but don't be fooled. Good tidings to you, right? But there's this big chunk down here of French text. And so I like to add bits and pieces of that to my creations. So maybe let's try it up here, see what we got. That was upside down. We gotta wait for everything to dry down here because I'm feeling like I might want to do some of the insides. Thank you, thank you, Keels. Right, I'm just gonna randomly stamp through this French text all over. Because look at how cool it looks on the white. Like I'm getting a really nice contrast there. Right? Okay. There's that. So we've stamped, we've used Posca pens, we've used jelly rollers, we've used stencils and Karen markers, we've used colored pencils, right? And we still have 10 more minutes. So the other thing I'm thinking is I have a stencil up here that does like this bitty, well, I have a couple. So this Dot Fade by Ranger. Okay, so here's what I want to do. I'm going to take a little bit of, Oh, I could absolutely grab those butters, but they're upstairs, Deb. So I will, well, send me pictures, Tam. Oh, I bet Ella is too. She'll get into it. So this is just white acrylic paint. And this folk art matte from Plaid, I really dig it. Number one, it's super thick. Remember, I was using it in Saturday's class. And it dries matte, which I'm kind of all here for it. Okay, so now I'm going to take an old makeup sponge and tap it off. And then what if we more? Oh, I'm sure she's all about I'm sure she's all like the time change is taking its toll. And you know, I could take a nap at any time. So let's just do a little bit of this kind of subtle mark making with the stencil and some white acrylic paint. Let's lift and see. Oh, that's exactly what I wanted. And this can go over the edge of these orbs. It can go into the white. It can go into the background. I just want it for more stop it. More visual interest. A little bit some more. And I like to kind of feather it out. So I like to kind of pounce. Yep. Turn, turn, turn. Maybe I hold it up so it doesn't get that part that's still wet. So much coolness. Seriously, I can't get over it. So I'll do butters, but I don't have time to do them today. But I'll do some and then maybe I can show them in tomorrow's National Scribble Day celebration. How's that sound? Oh my gosh. Yes, yes, yes. So dig through your stuff. So it will be at 10:30 Arizona time tomorrow, Deb. Are you 2 hours different than me or 3? My mom and dad are 3. I hate it when it's 3. Take a little minute to kind of feather it out. You get nicer results that way, I think. And remember, don't just take your time. Everybody gets excited to see what happens when you peel up, but take your time. Oh, stop it. Four minutes. Oh my gosh. And I didn't even get through all of the things. I didn't get through all of the things. So, good thing we have some more more pop-in paint parties this week. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So just dig through your stuff. I swear, Kathy, that is the stinking truth. I can't stay longer. I have drawing to do for a donut. And I need to call my mom to get a little update. You guys, she is loving the cards. She is loving the cards. So is my dad. He likes to say where they came from and all the lovely messages and all the cheerful artwork. So please keep those coming. That's making her so happy. Okay, stop it. I'm in Arizona. Where am I in Arizona? Peoria. Are you in Arizona, Kathy? Oh, many things, Deb. Many things. I wish it was just one. But I was talking to Brandy the other day, and I said, no way. Are you in Goodyear now? I have a nephew that lives out there. Well, he did live out there. Now he's out in Buckeye. Oh, you guys. I'm loving it all so much. I know. That's so funny because my mom was just telling me that they just had a big snowstorm too. My dad said it was like just snowy, like little flurries in the morning, and then by afternoon it was a whiteout. I remember those days. $11 inches. Crazy. So where are you in Minnesota? Because that's where our Debbie is. Okay, so do you see like so many possibilities? And here's the thing. You could do different parts of the monoprint. Like I could just do these flowers on this side, and then this side could be just this. Or I could do something else over here, right? Just remember, like these are your creations, right? So, what have we covered today? Jelly rollers, Posca pens, colored pencils, stenciling with Karen markers, stenciling with acrylic paint. Is there something else that I'm not remembering? Foiling, right? So look at that. And I can just keep going and going and going. And you can too. So, remember tomorrow is National Scribble Day. So we always do something fun in our art journals for National Scribble Day. So, yeah, and I want to keep working on these. I want to keep working on where I want to take these. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, go out and make it a terrific Tuesday, and make sure that you are freely creating today. Just freely create. Do some, take those prints and just look at them and see what you see. Do you know what I'm saying? See what you see. Look at them and see, like, where is that going to take me? Like, look at this dreamy part up here. I don't know that I want to do much of anything up there. But down here, I feel like, oh, what else could I do? I could do all kinds of things. Oh, please, you are always welcome, Kathy. We would love it, love it, love it for you. Love for you to join our artsy community. You too, Judy. You too. So just be sure to join Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group and get on my email, my newsletter distribution list, and then you'll learn all the artsy things. I am very much an artsy process teacher. So, thank you all. I adore you. And if you remember, if you watch this on replay, put hashtag replay and leave us a heart. We would love that. Share with your friends. Let's just grow our artsy community. Only with people who would appreciate what we do. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm going to continue to work on this just a little bit longer, and then I've got to clean it all up and start drawing some more for Adorn It. I love you all. Thanks so much. Bye.